Welcome back to the Professor's Lab. I'm Professor V, and this is round 2 of our special Deck Switch tournament, where switching decks between rounds is allowed and optional. That happened at Die Hard Games on June 6th, 2024. If you didn't know, Die Hard League happens every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central, featuring casual and tournament play at whatever format everyone wants. More info in the description. League Cup, Saturday, July 20th at 11 a.m. Central at Die Hard Games. And check out Pokemon's event locator for premiere and other events at the shop, such as League Challenges, League Cups, pre-releases, and more. Please hit that like button right quick, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell for notifications, say what you need to say in the comments, and all that other good free stuff. But anyways, let's research this game. The reveal: Arceus Giratina versus Lugia. Looks like our Arceus player is going first. Do they have a basic energy or any energy? That's all Arceus needs turn 1. No, did they seriously just draw and pass? I think they did. Let me know in the comments if I'm missing something, but it looks like our Lugia player just attached a gift energy to their active Mincino and passed. So interesting start both of our players are having this game. If only that Arceus player got that energy attachment turn 1, this could be game over. But I guess that wouldn't be very fun for you viewers now, would it? Psychic energy attached to the active Arceus V. There we go. And followed by a professor's research. So yeah, all that was missing on their turn 1. Assuming the Arceus player drew pass and went first, all they needed was that basic energy that they must have top decked on their second turn. Either way, Professor's Research discards the hand and draws 7 fresh new cards. Let's see what the next play is of the game. Oh, I didn't see the Giratina hit the bench there. As a Nest Ball is played now, that card allows our player to take a look through their deck, find a basic Pokemon, and add it to their bench. Bidoof is plucked out of the deck, put onto the bench so that way it can evolve next turn. And things are passed back over to our Lugia player. No Lugia V down turn 1 as part of their main strategy. But let's see if we can get another one, or if we can get one turn 2, as an Iono is played as a supporter for turn. That supporter has both players shuffle their hands, put their shuffled hand at the bottom of their deck, then from the top of their deck draw cards equal to their remaining prize cards. Both players have 6 prize cards remaining currently, so that's how many cards they get from Who's a What's It, whatever she says, Iono. Next is Capturing Aroma. Tails is flipped with that card. If you flip Tails, you can search your deck for a basic Pokemon to add to your hand. So that's exactly what our Lugia player needed to find that Lugia V and put it on their bench. Step 1, complete. Just a turn late. I guess everything all balances out with both players stumbling on the turn 1 as that Wellspring Mask, I think I got that right. Yep, Wellspring Mask Ogerpon EX hits the bench there. Jet Energy attached to it, bringing it into the active spot. And are we sobbing here? Yeah, I think so. It has the Sob attack as its first attack for 1 colorless energy during your opponent's next turn. The defending Pokemon cannot retreat. 20 damage. Just to put some damage on the board, I think. Maybe make things annoying for our Arceus player, but I think when it evolves into Arceus V-Star, it's technically a new defending Pokemon now, dissolving the effect of Sob. Let me know in the comments if I'm tripping on that ruling. As double turbo energy is attached to the active Arceus V. Now do we have an Arceus V Star? Okay, I think we're going for a Arceus's Trinity Charge here for double colorless. Search your deck for 3 basic energy and attach them to your Pokemon V in any way you like. Okay, not as good as an Arceus V Star and using its Trinity Nova attack, but we'll keep the board progressing, accelerate some energy to that bench. Giratina V, it's a big threat now, and things are passed back over to our Lugia player, who plays a Lumineon down. Lumineon and its Luminous Sign ability lets you search the deck for a supporter card, and I imagine the supporter is Jacques here, as the Archeops and Lugia V-Star are preemptively put onto the field. But we have to see that Jacques first. Let's see if our players catch it. Jacques is a supporter card that lets you search your deck for 2 evolution Pokemon to put into your hand. Well, I'm still not seeing any Jacques. I'm sure it's just an honest mistake. Let's see if our players catch it. Either way, we'll just keep things rolling for the commentary here. A gift energy is attached to the bench, Lumineon V, and it looks like our player caught the error there and is putting those 2 evolution Pokemon back into the deck and looking through the deck for a supporter card with that Lumineon V Luminous Sign. When you put it onto the bench, search your deck for a supporter card. I see where the process was, but oh, maybe Jacques was actually prized here. Okay, so actually, ignore that those 2 evolution Pokemon came out. They went right back in. Our players caught things just like they should have, and Professor's Research is actually found with Luminous Sign. Professor's Research is played here, discarding the hand, drawing 7 fresh new cards. And the Cincino is found. Okay, we still found 2 evolution Pokemon, I guess. Cincino evolves on the bench. Lugia V-Star evolves on the bench. Now, I was not keeping track of the Archeops in the discard pile count. It looks like we're going for the Summoning Star. Okay. With the single Archeops on the bench. Alright, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So Lugia has the Summoning Star V-Star Power ability. When you use that V-Star Power ability and flip the V-Star marker, you can resurrect 2 colorless Pokemon from your discard pile onto your bench. Usually you'd love to bring out double Archeops with a powerful Primal Turbo ability, but just one. Accelerated to the field here. Next, Archeops uses its Primal Turbo ability to search the deck for up to 2 special energy cards and attach them to 1 of your Pokemon. Looks like a gift energy and double turbo energy are going to be the targets of Primal Turbo here. And it looks like they're going to be accelerated onto that benched Cincino. But we'll see what the final answer here is in a moment. As there you go, the double turbo switched for a gift. Another gift, I believe. And let's see where those 2 energy are going to go. Okay, they go on to the Cincino. I think that has 3 energy on it. The Ogerpon manually retreats into the Cincino. Cincino has a special roll attack, 70 times the amount of special energy attached to it. Since there's 3 special energy, 210. With the damage on that Arceus V, it takes the KO. First 2 prizes of the game collected. Giratina V moves into the active spot and play resumes over on its side. Let's see how it can respond. It's very inefficient to respond with the Giratina on a Cincino, but a common theme we're starting to see now is you gotta do what you gotta do. Double turbo energy attached to the bench Arceus V. Can we find that Bibarel to draw some more cards? No, it looks like we're going in with Giratina V's Shred attack, whatever, it's 160 damage. And ignore all effects on the opposing Pokemon attack is called. But we're debating on playing more cards from the hand here, so let's sit back, relax, and watch our players do the work here. Yep, Giratina V does 160 damage to the opposing Cincino, taking the KO on it, as it only has 110 HP. It hits the discard pile. Wellspring Mass Ogerpon EX moves back into the active spot. Play resumes over on its side. Aha! Legacy Energy attached from hand onto that active Ogerpon. Next is Archeops Primal Turbo, accelerating some special energy from the deck. The Legacy Energy that's on that Ogerpon EX functions as it's of course an ace spec card. You can only play one ace spec card in your deck. Functions as a Rainbow Energy, and also the opponent takes one less prize when that Pokemon is KO'd. Wellspring Mass Ogerpon EX is Torrential Pump is now fully powered up. Torrential Pump does 100 damage base, and then you may shuffle 3 energy attached to the Ogerpon back into the deck, and if you do, it does 120 damage to a bench Pokemon as well. We're debating on targeting that Bidoof on the bench with the effect of Torrential Pump, but we also have to see those 3 energy get shuffled back into the deck. Our players are having a little chat here, probably discussing some order of operations or just having a good chat, chilling here on a Thursday night at the shop. Our judge here is going to take a peek at that Wellspring Mass Ogerpon. So our players had some kind of question, maybe on the fact of do they have to shuffle that energy back and do the secondary effect, or may they? And the card says you may shuffle 3, so you don't have to, but you probably want to, and knock out that Bidoof while you're at it, taking another prize and limiting the opponent's board. But we'll see what the ultimate decision here is. Oh, actually going after the Arceus V. Okay, softening it up. And there we go. The final 4 prize cards are mapped out for our Arceus player. And let's see what for our Lugia player. Let's see how our Arceus player can respond and prevent that. I think you got to go after the Archeops if you can. Boss's orders Archeops, right? But they evolve the Giratina V into that Giratina V-Star. It's swinging for 280 damage at the cost of sending 2 energy on the field to the lost zone. The double turbo energy, single double turbo energy will fulfill that cost, of course. Next is Ultra Ball. That item card has you discard 2 cards, and then you may search your deck for a Pokemon, basic or evolution. I think we're going to find the Arceus V-Star here, giving that Arceus V more HP. Then the Arceus V-Star uses its V-Star power ability, Starbirth. You may search your deck for 2 cards. I imagine we're going to find a Bibarel, and then maybe another attacker, maybe a supporter, just depends on what's all in the hand, but the Bibarel is a obvious guess. Since the Bidoof was lucky enough to survive that last turn. 2 cards selected from the deck. Since they can be any 2 cards, you don't have to show your opponent technically, but they are usually instantly played. Okay, interesting. So just 2 cards for the next turn plucked out of that deck. And Giratina V-Star uses its Lost Impact attack, sending that double turbo energy to the Lost Zone and dealing 280 damage to the opposing Pokemon, more than enough to take the KO on it. Lugia V-Star moves into the active spot and play resumes over on its side. Let's see what our Lugia player can put together this turn with their single Archeops in play. I wonder if the Arceus player just couldn't get there with gusting up the single Archeops and taking it out that last turn. Looks like a Mist Energy is manually attached to the active Lugia. Archeops then uses its Primal Turbo ability to accelerate a double Turbo Energy and a Mist Energy from the deck. 200 damage, yep, is enough to take the KO on the opposing Giratina and remove all energy in play from the opponent's side of the field. That would be a devastating blow to the opponent here. Not going to accelerate the Mist Energy, actually going to go for the Legacy Energy, potentially making that Lugia V-Star a 1-prizer. That's pretty powerful as well. So taking 2 prize cards with Lugia's attack, making that Lugia a single prize Pokemon. Arceus V-Star moves into the active spot and play resumes on its side in this endgame. Nest Ball is the first course of action, searching the deck for a basic Pokemon. Giratina V is reestablished onto the bench here. There is no way to take the KO on the opposing Lugia this turn. I don't even think there can be an attack this turn on the side of Arceus. Basic switch moves the Giratina V with the more HP into the active spot. Giratina V, the tank, as things are passed back over to our Lugia player. Our Lugia player hits the boss's orders, bringing up the damaged Arceus V-Star into the active spot and takes the final blow on it, knocking it out and taking the last 2 prize cards of the game. What'd you think of this video and the commentary? Please leave some feedback in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time in the Professor's Lab.